All right, today is a catch-up day. However, before you get started on that, I want you to take a look at your human environment interaction pretest, because now I don't have to print them off anymore. You can look at them in Linkit whenever you'd like. Okay? And all of your tests, you will be able to do it this way. So I want you to set that up before you get started on any other assignments you need to do. So the first step is to go to Canvas, and then you will go to American History. And then to take Linkit tests, you hit this button. You're going to do the Linkit portal in order to look at your student login for Linkit, where you get to look at your tests. Right? Your username is your Missouri ID number. That is that number on your ID card that you usually use to verify yourself on Linkit tests. And then your password is going to be your last name. And yes, the first letter of your last name needs to be capitalized. Then you're going to set up your security question. So pick whichever question you would like and then write the answer in. Then you are going to go down after you've written the answer in and change your password. So you're going to put your school email, and then your password is going to look like this. All right, so it's going to be the first initial, and then that's capitalized, and then lowercase. The first initial of your first name, capital, lowercase first letter of your last name. So my last name is Martin, so it's lowercase. So Maggie Martins, uppercase M, lowercase m, and then my student ID number, and that's just made up. So whatever your ID tag says, that's the number you would put in there. So capital, first initial. Second one is lowercase, last name, first initial. You should get to this screen. Once you're at that screen, you're going to hit this bar graph over here that says reporting, and then hit test results. Now, every single Linkit test you take, you can see in here. So up here it says view all. We want to change that to the class that we're in. So for me, it'll be social studies. When you're in English, you probably want to select English, obviously. And this shows you all of your social studies, even 6th grade tests. So the one you're looking at is Geography HEI pretest. And if you hit details, that lets you see a little bit more. So your item threshold, you always want to put that down to 1 whenever you come into this. It shows you the points possible per question and your answer if you got it right or wrong. Green, you got it right. Red, you got it wrong. And then it shows you the class average, so how well the class did. Here is your overall test score. Here is how the class did. These are the points earned. Here's the class average points earned. Okay? But we want to get a little bit more detailed than that. So if you go down to topics, you can see how you did on each of those DOK level questions. Remember, a DOK 1 level question is that basic recall. A DOK 2, you're kind of comparing things. Maybe you can make your own examples. DOK 3 is where you're thinking outside the box, a lot of critical thinking for those questions. It shows your score, and it shows the class score. Now we're going to take this information and put it into our data binder. All right, so if you remember, you go to your email, hit Drive, and then you're going to look for that 7th grade data binder folder that we made. And then you're going to select the history data binder. All right, so we're on our second test. So for our unit pretest score, we're going to put that in. And if we go back to our Canvas Linkit page, this test score right here, that's our overall score. We're going to put that in to our data binder. And that's going to be, so we put 29% because it's our pre-test score. We don't have a post-test score yet. So you probably have other things in here already. Then we worked on A1 on test 1. We also worked on B1 on test 1. Now we are on to C1. We're on to D1. Okay, we're doing HEI, which is standard D1. So we're doing the purple standard. We have our pretest. Remember, we're doing a rating system 1 through 4. So if we go back to our Linkit page, you're going to look over here at DOK1. They have a score. DOK2, it's a 0%, so they are not a DOK2 yet. DOK3, 0%, not a DOK3 yet. Some people may have 0% DOK2 and have a percent for DOK3. If you don't have a percent all the way up, then you have to be a 1. If you have a percent higher than 0 in any of these, you can be a DOK3 or 2. So if I had a 67% here and a 14% in DOK2 and nothing in DOK0 or DOK3, I would be a DOK2. If I had 67% here, 14% here, and 14% here, I could be a DOK3. Right? So fill in the DOK you are on your data binder. Under pretest, if you're a DOK1, you'd put a 1. If you're a DOK2, a 2. And DOK3, you would put a 3. If you're confused, raise your hand and I can help. Sorry, that needs to go in the purple. So make sure it's in the purple, D1. And then see it pops up down here. I'm going to grade your Socrative quiz, and I will put where you are now after you've had that lesson. If you're a 1, a 2, or a 3, and if you're now a 2, that'll show up under check 1 that you're slowly making your way up to that 3. Right? So you will see your Socrative quiz score pop up once I've graded them in here. And I will let you know that happens. All right, when you're done, you are going to go to Canvas, select American History, go to Modules, and then select under September 18th, Catch-Up Day, September 18th. Go through this step by step, make sure you have everything done. If that's all done, you can work on anything for another class. And then if you're done with everything for another class, you can do CNN Student News, Cool Math Games, iCivics, or Free Rice.